First of all, we would like to thank you all for your positive feedback about yesterday's session. It feels happy to know that you all enjoyed the session, and it gives us tremendous motivation to organize many more events like this in the future. We're also happy to share with you that yesterday's sessions had more than 3,000 plus views. So I hope we will get the same support and cooperation from you all throughout this program. So today we have with us another ravishing personality, Mr. Kenneth Jaiseelan, Associate Vice President of Tara Consultancy Services. He is one of the most inspiring human beings, and I'm happy to say that he was my mentor for a week when I was sent to TCS as part of a training program exclusively for placement coordinators. And that week really changed my method of teaching, and it was really a successful one. So I would like to call my dean now, Mr. Dr. S. Manivanan, to welcome our chief guest and the audience, please. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. This is another happiest day, second day of our faculty development program. Today we will be having Mr. Kenneth, Associate Vice President from TCS. We have a very long association with Mr. Kenneth. He used to give training for the trainers. It's a CSR kind of activity by TCS for the colleges. Actually, M.G.R. is proud enough to take part, and every year we used to send 5 faculty members for undergoing training under him. One of the feedback what we have received is such a tremendous mechanism what they take back from our Kenneth sir class has made a huge changes in the platform of placement. That is shows the credibility of the teacher like Mr. Kenneth. He is such a very good person. Really happy to share his knowledge to the persons following. Really, I am happy to have a person like Kenneth sir. And of course, I must mention, Kenneth has worked at China also. In this issue, after COVID, we will be having a lot of companies coming from China to India. Nearly 1,000 companies have been listed. I hope Government of India has taken much initiative in terms of utilizing this post-COVID effect. Since Mr. Kenneth has worked at China, I request him to cover a few issues, how the work culture is available at China and what is the educational difference between India and China. That will add more value to our participants. I wholeheartedly thank our Kenneth for immediately accepting our invitation within a short notice. And I welcome all the other organizing secretaries and M.G.R. dignitaries. First of all, foremost welcome goes to the beloved participants. Yesterday, we had a overwhelming support of 3,000 plus playback and single time live by 700 plus participants. This shows the curiosity among the participants to equip themselves during this pandemic time also. And I request all of you to stay back and listen to the session like the eminent person, Mr. Kenneth from TCS. Thank you, Vidya, for providing opportunity. Please.
Thank you. So before we hand over the session to Kenneth, we will just play a small introductory video about him so that we get to know more about his achievements in his career. So Mr. Ganesh, can you please lead the honors?
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure in introducing our speaker, Mr. R.B. Kenneth Jaiseelan, AVP HR Talent Management, Tata Consultancy Services. Mr. Kenneth completed his BA Economics from St. Joseph's College, Trichy, and he is a gold medalist. He completed his MA in Social Work from Loyola College, Chennai. He completed his MPhil Management from Alagappa University, Karaikudi. He has a total experience of 23 years. He started his career as a HR executive in Color Tech Limited from 97 to 98. He then worked as a lecturer in Loyola College from 98 to 2000. He then worked as a head in the Department of Social Work and Associate Coordinator SFS in Madras Christian College from 2001 to 2007. From 2007 till date, he is working in Tata Consultancy Services, where his current role is AVP HR Talent Management. He has multiple location exposure in TCS. He was a HR head in BFSI BPS, a TMO in BFSI BPS, L&D lead in China, L&D head for Chennai in India, ILP head for BPS, and he is a specialist in training across all interactive learning programs. Some of his roles as a facilitator: he developed ILP content for 6 behavioral competencies. He designed and deployed number of RYP sessions, conducted more than 500 confluences in TCS. He designed the entire global finance transformation project at keystroke level to leadership level for a client. Delivery team associates were identified and trained as part of faculty development lead. His initiatives driven as business HR, 5-month experiential program to become world-class team leader, focused connect, tenured one-to-one and new joiners connect. He conducted 3 job fairs where 1,500 associates participated and 595 joined. IJP career portal to create the awareness of career opportunities, enable career movement for associates. PAUSE, a proactive attrition mitigation approach to reduce the attrition in BFSI BPS. Back to work, 1,000 plus associates have been connected by HR team, ensuring that TCS cares. Some of the key functions in his experience profile: acquisition, performance management, career development, training and development, associate engagement, and HR management leadership. Some of the professional certifications: he is a certified facilitator in HRD, certified leader in personality development, certified trainer in BEI and DC, certified trainer in 6 Thinking Hats, certified trainer in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. His skills and competencies: interpersonal relationship, leadership, team skills, facilitation. On behalf of Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, we thank him and wish him good luck for his future endeavors. Thank you.
To Mr. Kenneth, and I request the participants to post your questions in the chat box, and we will deal with the question and answer in the end. Over to you, Kenneth.
Thank you, Vidya. So very good morning to all of you here.
Vidya, please start. Vidya.
So, sir, I start.
Hello.
It started, sir. We can hear. Okay, very good morning to all of you. Thanks, Vidya. Thanks to the organization for the opportunity that is given to me. And special thanks to Vidya for this introduction video that has been given actually. How much of data, that design that it has gone through. I'm overwhelmed with the way that it has been designed. My little achievements have been actually presented so big. Thank you very much for that. I would have been happy if this such introduction is shown to my wife and my kids rather than the entire population who is watching this. Anyhow, thank you very much for the effort that's put on the introduction. I will just spend some time. Mostly it is going to be monologue with you, I know. But however, I will make it in such a way that it can be an interaction kind of reading your minds. So that's how I will be taking all this. So I'll share my screen here. Vidya, if you can confirm if you are able to see the screen, that would be helpful for me.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. See, I like this caption from this Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, the first page that I came across when I went through this website, turning knowledge into value. Amazing. My topic is also related to creating value. So my approach of all my discussions are this imagined interactive log. I'm not saying monologue. Imaginary interactive log is what I'm going to look at it. See, whenever I am discussing with you with a picture or with a mode of words, I would always request or expect each one of you to travel along with me. So that would help each of us to take the best out of it. Number 1. 2, whatever I am going to focus here is going to be a nugget ingredients that I will discuss. The ingredients, making out of that, bringing an output, a product is a choice that I would leave it to all of you. Okay. So this FDP program that has been organized by this institute, there are number of lecturers, professors being part of this. These ingredients that I'm going to share, just look at it, how it can be actually consumed after you prepare and cook. Not just directly I'm not going to feed things. So that's the message that I would like to leave here. So I will leave the ingredients, what ingredients, how we can materialize this to create something like nuggets that we can consume. So I welcome you all for this imaginary interactive sessions here. So though you are listening to me, I know I would like to travel along with you in your minds to go further. So it's a wonderful panelist that we have found out. There are a number of senior members here. It's a great thing that the institution has identified great people. Yesterday, partly I could listen to the yesterday's speech from Prakash. That was really good. He set a contest very well, where you need to focus, what you need to focus, all that. And mine might lightly add to how you need to focus. So that's where mine will be tuned. So the rest also will help you developing yourself to focus with the students. So knock down the lockdown. This is the reality. This is the phase that we are in. Can we actually knock down the lockdown? If I am knocking down the lockdown, what is that I'm going to get out of that? So we need to have a focus. So I thought we should create value for ourselves. By end of this session, what value do I create for myself? Does my resume become richer than what I was? After this cracking down this lockdown, which means the period of maybe 1 month, 2 months, or the remaining period that I'm talking about, can we knock down this lockdown in such a way, investing it appropriately that we create value for each one of us here? So my invitation to all of you is that be prepared to create this value. Some of the ingredients that I will talk to you all. I want to understand, just looking at this picture, what comes to your mind? What would come to your mind? I can imagine, oh my God, the entire house is fallen ulta. It is completely upside down. That is the reality. If you look at this picture that you see, immediately our mind can capture. What our mind captures is that the house has fallen down. Friends, if you look at actually, the house is built like this. It is not actually ulta. It is not upside down. The house this is a house that is built upside down in Poland. This is the call for all of us that we are during this COVID period, we are in a phase where we'll have to face the new normal. People call it as new normal. This could be our new normal. In a simple picturized manner, I have put it across. We might perceive as everything is upside down, but that is the new normal that we are facing. So, how am I going to approach? How am I going to create value? I'm sure all classrooms in the colleges, in the research institutions, everything is empty. In the same way, we are also. Number of our organization, our private sectors, public sectors, offices, everything that you see is empty these days. That is the reality. Can we consume that as the upside down house like of it? Can we still utilize that? Can we take that as an opportunity? Like yesterday was talking about COVID as a golden egg. Can we take that as a golden egg as an opportunity? So, how do we see this? I'm going to spend more time on this to create value. This new normal of upside down, if we perceive as such. When we, during this COVID period, I'm giving you some scenarios from the industry, then I'll take you how do we create this. As soon as this lockdown was initiated, from our company, we kept a new expectation is that work from home. The work from home it needs to happen means we expect that everybody will be with the laptop. It's an IT company that I work for, so mobile that is required for the associate to be ready with for the contribution to the work is what is the real expectation. This is the real. This is the actual expectation. But if you read the minds of the people, if I need to read the minds of the people who are listening here, I'll come to the next slide. Our associates think like this: working from home, I need the dress code can be as mine. I don't need to wear pants, shorts, be in t-shirt. And be as casual as possible. I don't need to be very formal. The way that I used to go to office. These are all the minds that every associates come across. I'm talking about this because I will be relating all these things into the mindset of the students. Actual reality, what we face as far as industry is concerned, is this. We expect one side expectation. I know these professors, lecturers who are from Tamil Nadu, they will be able to associate the picture also very well. The expectation is so formal, very high, all that. But reality is that the environment at home, we have our spouses, our kids, and the work that would come across. I can relate, especially women associates, how they would be actually balancing. Earlier, at least when they move to office, there is one expectation. When they are at home, there is one expectation segregated. But now it is not that same. Now the situation is that we have to face the new normal. We need to identify the ladies especially look at the paradigm shift that they need to take. The call will come, the work will be there at the kitchen, then they will have to balance. It's a much more difficult thing. That's the reality that they are facing now. So if all these circumstances I'm giving you on exact context that you need to set, if I'm talking to all of you now, I can imagine how many each of you are taking this session as relaxed as I can think of. One set of people. Another set of people I can think, oh my God, just it got time. Oh, it's 10. Oh my God, I had registered for this program. Let me get up and go. And brush the teeth. While brushing, I log in. And I also see that, of course, the people are not going to see me, my video. So I'm there in that mode. One set of people will be there. There is the other set of people thinking that never bother about things, but will call all this. Hey, there is somebody addressing. There is I don't know, some Kenneth stupid guy is addressing something. Come, you would like to see that? You would like to hear? Please come and sit with me. They'll call the entire family also around down. That is possible. Sometimes you will have kids on your lap listening to all this. Environment to be accepted as it is. Even some of us looking at this picture, looking at that girl, admiring that girl also, you could be part of it. Oh, go into that mode, that's fine. You are in a relaxed mode, that's fine. But can you relate all that? I am in all those situations, but I'm going to focus something that I need to create value for myself. So, these set of people today that we are here, each of you, I am welcoming the way that you are here. You are. Just be cool. Just be cool as the way you are. Don't worry about your dress code. Don't worry about how you are seated. If you are seated in a comfortable zone, that's absolutely fine. You are in a beanbag or a sofa or on the floor, just be. In everything that I am stating here is an expectation for FTP if you are taking the session tomorrow. I am not here. I am not setting expectation for you to practice now. I'm setting an learning ingredients for you to create the nugget for you for an FDP for tomorrow for your students. I have taught for about 10 years. I've been a lecturer, HOD, and those things I have addressed in the classrooms. That should be that have created a certain set of challenges. But today, my focus is it's going to be a lot of virtual things. How am I? How are you actually equipped? How are you creating the value for yourself to address all this? In the beginning, in fact, we were interacting in the among the what I call it the boardroom. There are few of us. Sir Dean was suggesting actually tomorrow onwards, can we have a dress code? Dress code, okay, that's fine. But I would say that leave it to the minds of the people as what they are. The comfort that is created by for themselves is actually is the best learning environment that we can create first of all. So with this notes, I will go still further on the e-learning. I was listening to one of my mentor. I asked if I have to speak on this to some of the lecturers about the e-learning, what is your first thought that comes to your mind that I need to focus? And he simply said one interesting thing, which I liked. I liked very much. He said, focus, tell them, don't limit your child to your learning. Lecturers, professors, teachers, I am putting this question not as only as lecturers, professors, teachers, but also extending it as parents. As parents also, many a time, as teachers also, lecturers also, what we do is, we actually teach our kids of what we have learned. No, our kids' age is different. Our students' age is different. The students' age of learning now, they have everything in their fingertips. So, do not limit your child to your learning. The scope that we draw, they can go beyond. They can go completely beyond, cracking things of so many things that is possible. So why I'm living here, many a time that we had a challenge. When we were going a lot of virtual training, in order to create that impact, we had a great challenge with our trainers. They are even the lecturers or the trainers at home, breaking through their ego as a trainer. Trainer means I come with certain knowledge, I give it to the participants, and go with an elevated ego. Okay, some of you might, whoever has gone through the ego states that you have studied, okay, you might be able to relate in what parenthood or am I adulthood or am I childhood, where am I actually communicating with? So as teachers, as professors, as lecturers, or parents, if we only remove this ego state and collaborate with the students with a mindset of being catalysts. Can I just be a catalyst and facilitate? Facilitate learning, not from what I have learned, but giving them the most exposure, complexity that is possible to the students. Just expose them. We don't need to know the answer for everything. Just build it yourself. We can build it ourselves in front of the students and say that, I don't know, but I would like to travel along with you. Exploring mode. That's where the catalyst comes in. So, I will spend more on these things later part of it. What are the ingredients that you can add or to all these things? So what happens is that when we expose our people to complexity, they will find the way for simplifying it. Very simple things. We think they are all very, very complex the way that we define it. I'm sure all of you would be able to relate. Lecturer teaching in 3 idiots or a Nanban in Tamil 3 idiots, the definition of machine. In a simple example, I can quote that. The lecturer expects the definition as what that person defines as the all those as big statement. I'm not able to repeat that. So I'm just saying, am I actually facilitating a learning like that definition, or is it like the Amikan or Vijay who brings in the simple definition of your book, Kitab? So what am I doing actually? We need to expose them to the complexity. We need to also help them. They will find the simplicity. Simplify it. I'll give you an example actually. Learners are very, very smart. Especially today's kids are very, very smart. I give you an example here, how they are very, very smart. Some of you here being part of this will be able to relate to this picture. I have taken a screenshot of here, status of one of my friends. The person will be able to relate. I'm going to place this picture. I want you to just think what this picture is telling you. Then I'll come to the reality. Okay? What comes to your mind as soon as you see this picture? Just think through. In fact, you know what is happening? The reality is that there is a learning session that is happening like us, what we are doing now. There is a very, very smart guy. What he actually did is that one of the 4th grade student renamed himself as reconnecting ... on our Zoom call and pretended that he was having internet issues to avoid participating in our lesson. And in course, it's a weird world. We may call it as a weird world, my dear friends, but that's the reality. That is the smartness of our students. I actually give a hats off to the person who can think differently. Today, world is inviting for people who can think differently. So, if students can be thus far thinking differently at a solutioning for their own problem, what is this problem for him? For him to showcase his problem is, I need to be showcasing that I am being a participant there. That's what all that he wanted, and he found a solution. But next course of action for all of us who are here as part of this call, have I been actually doing the right thing that he would have not done this, but would have been listening to me? So where have I gone wrong? That we will discuss as we progress. You will have an answer sometime as we discuss and progress. So now, every place, every phase that I move on, I'm leaving some thoughts to all of you. Just take what best suits for you. Okay? If the person who is putting as a reconnecting ... if he knew why learning is important, he would have not done that. Which means, we as facilitators, lecturers, teachers, professors, we have not given why that learning is important for him. So, when I was just trying to define why learning is important, I was looking at the world, why people learn. Many a time, we learn for utilitarian aspect. Utilitarian aspect, think through what could be the aspect that I am saying here. Why is that I am saying utilitarian aspect? What is in it for me? Every time that I learn something, will it make money for me? That's the only thought that we have. But that is okay. But at the same time, if we continue to do that only, then our purpose of life will be lost. So, how should our learning focus? How do we actually orchestra the learning for my students in such a way that it will create a purpose for life for the students? So I'm looking at the combining of two things that will actually lead to while learning. As soon as you see this picture, what comes to your mind? Many a time in our childhood days also will be even me and my wife, when we talk, the curiosity of my kids will come and know what is it all about. They want to know. So the curiosity in mind is the first thing that we need to create for any learning aspects. Am I actually creating that curiosity? Are we here ready for that curiosity? I'll give you certain tips for curiosity creation, but at the same time, how have I been doing this of creating curiosity for learning? Kids learn if the curiosity is defined for them. Curiosity should be combined with joy of learning. Joy of learning, when I mean, they should enjoy everything that they do in learning. Many a time, everything to the students is going as burdens, as assignments which they don't enjoy. Can we make it? Should we make assignment for all 60 students the same? No, we can be different. We can bifurcate them and give them of their taste and interest. I'm looking, can we look at a day of education, even slicing the syllabus for the need of the students? I'm leaving a thought here. So, curiosity and joy of learning in this combination will lead to a result. I'll talk to you about this after a few slides. Now, curiosity created how? Many a time in to people, what interests them to create a curiosity, I have put some of them about here, there are 6 of them. You can do the same, you can do it differently. Taking input from these, you can do a lot of things to create curiosity. One of the such things that as I am putting these slides for you, for some it could be creating curiosity. One is the demo. Can I actually exhibit, put a demo and showcase and see that the curiosity is created in the minds of the people? The children, actually, the kids actually pick up curiosity by something when it is demonstrated. Sometimes when we give examples, right example, connecting the dots of the past, your own examples, when you actually give what you have experienced in your family, with your professor, with your life, that example actually takes a way forward to create curiosity. And let it be a true picture, not a fiction. Many times curiosity is created by statistics. Many number of people, if you would have seen, they will start with data. They'll start with a bigger data. In India, they'll come small, then come to your city. So, if you start presenting the curiosity of through statistics, also curiosity will be created in the minds of the students. So, for a subject that when you want to start, to look at these six parameters that I am presenting here, can I combine 2-3 of them to create the curiosity? Analogy thinking. Analogy is a simple way of narrating an example, which can be a related example, which they will be able to relate. But analogy thinking, if they are able to relate to that situation, it is like a design thinking. Our students will start relate that analogy and think different solution for different problems also. So you are actually sowing seeds for different problems also. So give that opportunity, create that opportunity of through analogy. And facts are facts as what has happened, not as the news that are being telecasted. These are all facts as what I want to talk about it. So can you look at presenting facts as such and exhibit and give evidences? These are all simple things that creates curiosity in the minds of the students. Even for a problem that you identify, this is a problem. For this problem, I am looking at a solution that we need to arrive at. Give it to the students. Let them come with solutioning approach. Give them some data points. So this is one approach where I feel that curiosity could be created, and the joy of learning would be the minds of the students. They will take it up. Now, unlearning and creating the future also is very, very important. All that you have taught yesterday becomes history today. As we speak now, I tell you, when the COVID started, we were expecting that, okay, the organization is being closed, the lockdown, however, process will have to run. We were asking people to come and support the process. But the next week, the entire language changed for us. In TCS, we said, work from home, be safe. Being safe is very, very important. So the entire language changed because of the environment. So my thought to all of us here as lecturers, am I actually teaching history or am I actually creating individuals? You need to create individuals for the future. If you are creating individuals for the future, then we are in the right path. In the combination of creating curiosity, imbibing the joy of learning, the new future should result in the true value for that individual. And if you have 40 students, the true value that you create at the end of the year for A need not be the same for B, because it will vary. And it has to vary because they are all unique. Though the degree, the certificate comes as one, but the value that you create is going to be unique for that individual. So, how should? Now, if you look at it, what I said, in the combination of curiosity and joy of learning, if the resume becomes better of creating true value, your true value should lead to this one picture that I am presenting here. What is it all about? One's true value is like this, where the light that you have does not have a shadow. That is the reality. If the true value for that individual is created, jhoot nahi hai usme. That is the true value. There is no poimai there. It's a shadow is a shadow. But if you have created this light in the minds of the people, thus learning for the students, if they have created this true value by yourself, I'm sure that's where the truth that you have created. So, in order to create this true value is what I have just given some ingredients around. I'm going to spend some more time on this is that some of the aspects that how we travel in TCS. There are so many initiatives that we have taken with the trainers and moved on. Disruption came in. When disruption came in, we thought people should not be learning only in the classroom. Then we moved on anytime, anywhere. That's a double A that we worked on. Anytime, anywhere, there should be learning. And because of that, we created a lot of small videos. As they travel, they can look at 5 minutes videos. Small concepts of which makes them think and then work. A small concept presented in small videos, nano videos that we created. And that went viral. Everybody was able to learn all these through this. But it was a disruption that challenged us to move on rather than only being with classroom sessions and a little bit of WBTs that we used to face, web-based learning. But can we remain there? There were still challenges that came across. Anytime, anywhere is fine. I'm leaving to all of you. We have moved on there. What is the next disruption that we came across is that 5 A's. An answer to that disruption was anyone for his taste, anytime, anywhere, any content that he wants in any device, he should be able to use it. There are some things that are only web-based. There are some mobile-based. There are some in Android. There are some in Apple. So can I have access for my associates across everything? That is the challenge that we came across. So every value, every content, every new thing that you bring in, can we also think about these 5 A's as you progress? That's how we can make all our students to come to the stage of reconnecting ... because they will go on their own mode. They will take what is best for them. So these are all, with these things, I am also coming to towards the end of it, where some of you I am sure all of you are doing this. Some of the interesting learning platform, how am I introducing that to my students? Now, because of the COVID, number of learning platforms have been given free. And Udemy is one of the platforms that we have also tied up with. I'm not actually recommending, I'm not creating an ad for that, but I'm just leaving you. There are a number of courses that are available for students. Can we facilitate all these platforms? I'm not going to publish all the platforms here. Am I utilizing all these platforms for my students? How do I leave a challenge among the students for learning? How do I create curiosity, leaving some challenges that they learn and bring you projects? So think through that. So as we are talking, like you may talk about Coursera, you may talk about a lot of other platforms that are there. So there is one platform, that learning platform TCS has actually has given and left it open as free for all students. I'm sure all of you would have published this, but at the same time, I would like to reiterate that all of you are aware of this. There is I actually took the topic for this session from this. Career Edge, Knockdown the Lockdown. TCS Ion is a platform which gives a lot of learning opportunity. So if you go to this website, which actually takes you to this page, you can register for this, which is a 15 days course. All the students can benefit. This 15 days course is a free of cost, and if there are what you will get, no, it is available on the site that I have given you. It is also available on the website. Once you log in and go, you will be able to see. And there are various courses for the people to learn and take them as part to get them placed in any company. It's not for TCS. They become equipped for any company. So I want you to encourage such learning platforms. One example I am giving it from TCS. Likewise, number of corporates have given a lot of platforms. It's not only the learning platforms of like Coursera, we need to look at. We need to look at learning platforms that the companies have given you, which will be more practical also. So look at all these aspects for learning. TCS also has given one more thing. Contest is puts across. Contests are best way for learning. Every day there should be contests for students. Whoever breaks through, it's not that, of course, there are some WhatsApp messages that you come across, some challenges that come across, makes them to think, or little things. But give them big level projects, give them some time. Now this contest that is launched will go for a year. Now if you look at here, this Codewitcher session 9, this is the 9th year that we are doing it. Already there are about close to, this is old data, close to 1,70,000 students have actually registered. So who are all eligible for this? What are the languages? There are 8 programming languages that are being used by the students. It's pan-India. Actually, you can register from anywhere. And students who are going to pass out in 2021, 22, 23, 24 are eligible for this. So look at, create, we are giving this contest. We as a lecturer also should create lot of contests for them. So should you get into the contest just as it is? No. You can actually go and practice also. How do you practice? If you go and if you take this link, you can take down. I'm leaving it for a while here. What I do is that if you go to click this link, it automatically takes you to this page of where you can go actually register, log in, and come back and then practice. See, everything that we are doing, we are not giving you without learning platform. We give you with practice. TCS creates a platform for you to practice first. You as a person, as lecturers also create the learning, the practice platform first. Then give the competition of register link, where the competition, here also, if you look at it, the current data, I'll show you. This is the link that is there for the registration. When you go with the registration, this registration, it takes you to this page automatically, and you can register. You can see the current data here. Actually, if you look at here, the registration is open till July 5th. But if you look at, if I go down the website, then you will know. Look at the contest rounds. These rounds are there where the pre-qualifier, qualifier round 2, then grand finale. Only the grand finale will be happening in TCS premises. And the first 2 are online, that will be done. So take an opportunity, see how actually your students can take part on all these things. Now with this, I move on to the one last thought. I leave it to all of you. Many questions come thinking that they are all challenged with the COVID. The world has come upside down. Everything is in a crucial situation. We can look at it as challenges. But I would like to take this narration from Khalil Gibran, who clearly gives a fear factor that is created by the COVID I am relating. I would like to just read out this, because many of us are in this situation. It is said that before entering the sea, a river trembles with fear. That's the reality. A river that has traveled, she looks back at the path that she has traveled from the peaks of the mountains, the long winding roads, crossing forests and villages. All that have been really so nice. We see for our past also could have been so nice, but if you look at it, and in front of her, she sees an ocean so vast that to enter there seems nothing more than to disappear forever. Of course, the river will disappear, but there is no other way. The river cannot go back. Nobody can go back. None of us can go back. To go back is impossible in existence. So, the river needs to take the risk of entering the ocean, because only then will fear disappear, because that is where the river will know it is not about disappearing actually into the ocean, but of becoming the ocean. Now this COVID is a golden opportunity. Are you going to become the ocean, creating so much of value for students, for yourself. I leave that challenge to all of you. Thank you very much for the opportunity given, and stay home, stay safe. With that, I come to a conclusion of this presentation. Though it is monologue, but I imagine that I have traveled with all of you as I was sharing. I will take a few questions and then we will go forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we back?
Yep.
Is my screen still seen? Okay, thank you. So, one of the questions that was asked, actually, Manohar sir already asked me to speak about China experience. Briefly, I'll tell you. China culture, one interesting thing that I like about them is, meanwhile, Vidya, you can gather the other questions from the chats.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. We have done.
the work culture is very, very interesting. They are process driven, very, very process driven. You set your process A to Z, they will completely follow without any deviation. That is one thing that actually assures quality. I loved them of that. Even when I went for a training, also I trained there. Also, I trained a lot of lecturers from the universities there. They actually set the process from A to Z. What is that exactly that we need to follow? I completely defined, and they deployed very well. So one of the interesting culture that I saw in China is process driven. Second thing is they are known for timing. Timing means 10 means 10. It starts then. There is no, there is nothing called 10-5. There is nothing called even before 5, before 10. So sharp they will be. Then it's all very good. And when you build relationship with them, they become very, very close and very, but initial stage, it's very, very difficult. One of the major challenge that I had was the language. Of course, language, I had to have my own translated in the initial stage, but non-verbal communication, I could closely relate with them and go faster. These are all things that my experience in China. People are really good. They are process driven, quality driven, good to relate with, and I love being there. Yes, Vidya, we can go take questions.
Sure. Dean sir, would you like to add some words before we go to the question?
No, Mr. Kenneth has answered all the domains. So I think we are totally satisfied.
Okay, sir. Okay, over to the questions. Sir, is online teaching learning practically effective?
Fantastic. Good question. My first question goes to the participant here is, now whatever I have taught, is it effective for you? Just reflect over that. Okay. Then coming to the answer, friends, it is effective. It proves effective for us because in our company we have about 430,000 employees. Imagine if we have to train everybody in classroom. Will it work out? No. We are going in a mass way. Online are effective because they take it in their own, as I said about the 5 A's. The 5 A's mode that if you start working out, I'm sure it will become very, very effective. All that they want is at their convenience, at their mode, at their accessibility, all these that we need to make it effective. If we can make it, I'm sure that is the way that is going to be in the future. But be mindful. One thing I would say, though I am saying that extreme, the other extreme, accessibility, please be very, very cautious. There are students that might come from rural. There are students that who will come from backward things. Do have special attention for them. Showcase as you are related to them, not as professors, lecturers. Show them the empathy. They will take the learning from you. I'm very sure.
Thank you, Ken. Please suggest some tips for making a history class interesting.
Wow, interesting. Very good question. Talk about usually anybody who learns anything, if they are able to see the result first, they will be happy about it. Result. Keep the end in mind. Keep the end in mind. Every history created what? Then speak about how it was created. If we move on to that mode, history will be interesting. But many a time, but at the same time, the end in mind, like in the films, you know, the climax. Keep the surprise element. Keep the surprise element. Then you start with the curiosity. When you are kids, your grandparents would have taught you or given you stories. Stories are like histories only. You create those stories. When histories become storytelling styles, people will start enjoying it.
Thank you, Ken. Do you think our current education system, where we have to cover a specific course in time, will allow us to be so innovative, which can simultaneously fulfill all level of students' desire?
Very good. I'm sure, see, I have also taught, okay, that's why I'm talking in this terminology. You have a semester of 6 months, I presume. Am I right?
Exactly.
6 months course, what you think theoretically what is there in the book, divide that course and tell the students, this you will learn on your own. Whenever you have doubt, please come to me. I'm sorry, Manivandan, I might be a little dusty here, but I'm being practical here. So that if you want to learn for exams, that is your learning. If you want to learn, create value for your future, I'll challenge you to the mode that I have suggested. So look at creative approaches of creating value for students rather than that certificate and the cap that they wear is not the only learning. So 6 months course, plan it out in such a way that space it out. If you have, let's say, 5 hours in a week, 2 hours for the subject, 3 hours would be something different that you do with the project, with a kind of things that we spoke now, creating curiosity, bring in competition. If the persons like persons of engineering, a lot of projects were that interest of their taste, give them that challenges. Like one practical thing that I saw that in one poor family, I visited one college. There was an exhibition. You know, 8th standard student, I think so. Yeah, 8th or 9th standard. A girl. She had exhibited something very small equipment. It was like a torchlight. I was wondering what this torchlight is all about. No, sir, it is not torchlight. It is that remote. What remote? How? See, I have designed in such a way with battery. At home, I asked about the home. How big is the small house? And only 2 fans, 2 lights, and 1 restroom, small restroom. You know what she has done? She has done each one of them a remote control. She can use the fan, light, and everything at home as a remote control, which she created. That's the level of learning that we should have. Can we create all such things? I'll leave it to you.
Thank you so much, Ken, for the wonderful session. And now I would call upon Dr. Harshini to deliver the vote of thanks, please.
Good morning, everyone. I am delighted at the opportunity of proposing the vote of thanks on the second day of this 1 week online FDP on mastering the art of handling post-COVID challenges for sustainable development. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the resource person of today, the eminent and illustrious Mr. R.B. Kenneth J. Seelan, Associate Vice President, HR, Talent Management, TCS Chennai. His presentation on the topic, Knock Down the Lockdown and Create Value, proved spectacular and inspiring as the man himself. In this 1 hour of listening to him, I felt a potential change in myself, my way of thinking, and my expectations of the future. I am sure all the participants here would have felt the same way as me. Here lies your success, Kenneth, sir. Thank you for inspiring us with your fascinating ideas and spending time with us despite your pressing commitments. I also express my special thanks to all faculty members and other participants connected from across the nation. Let's together keep the spirit of learning always higher and be perfect role models for our students and the entire community as well. Stay home, stay safe, and enjoy the learning. Let's meet again at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you.
Vidya.
Yes, sir.
Vidya, just I wanted to tell something about participation certificate.
Yes, sir.
Dear participants, kindly stay connected with our link what we have provided to you for all the 5 days. On the 5th day, after the session, that link will be activated. You have to provide the feedback cum assessment form. After filling that, automatically you will receive your participation certificate. You need not to worry about participation certificate at present. Please, every day you take a note of all the classes what you are attending. Then finally, with that clue, you can answer the assessment form. You can process the assessment form. At present, you need not to worry about the participation certificate. Every day you enjoy the class, start listening. Then about tomorrow, based on the situation, due to preoccupied situation of chief guest, the program will commence at 10:30. Apart from this, I wish to tell about one word about the session guest. He is making a lot of presentation in YouTube also, such a motivational speaker. So kindly be in time, and sharply we'll begin our session at 10:30 on tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Vidya. I think we can wind up the session. Thank you,
Yes.
Kenneth sir, for joining us. We
will keep in touch.
Thank you. Excellent speech. Excellent motivational.
Sure.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you all.
Thanks to all the participants. Nice.
Thank you.
Nice having a good time with all of you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, participants. Stay connected. We all see you tomorrow at 10:30.